Hello, my name is Enrique Cerezo, and in this video I am going to teach you how to use conjunctions or linkers in English to link or contrast ideas and express reason. This presentation is going to be organized as follows. First of all, I will define what conjunctions are and what they are used for. And then I will focus on conjunctions to link and contrast ideas and to express reason. So the main objective of this presentation is to illustrate how conjunctions to link and contrast ideas as well as to express reason are used in English. Conjunctions or linkers are words that are used to link words, phrases, or clauses together. Conjunctions thus help you form complex and elegant sentences. They make your text more cohesive as all the information you present is connected and not chopped. However, conjunctions have their own structures. Some of them are similar to Spanish, but some others are not. Therefore, it is important to learn the structure that each one of them has, especially at a B2 level or higher, since a greater degree of accuracy is expected when using the foreign language. So let's have a look at some of the conjunctions that are used in English. Here you have 4 conjunctions to link ideas. Both, and, So, for example, both the abstract and the conclusions are important elements in academic papers. So, tanto uno como el otro. Right. Either or either, so both pronunciations are correct, or, For example, you have 2 choices. Either or either you analyze the data yourself or you pay a statistician. Neither or neither, nor, So for example, neither or neither Gloria nor Paul published their research findings in this journal. And the last one here, not only but also right? Like, for example, not only was he asked to participate in the project, but also become PI. PI stands for Principal Investigator. So as you can see in this example, you need inversion. So was he asked and not he was asked, just like we do when we form questions. Conjunctions to contrast ideas. You have but, which is followed by a clause that is subject, verb, and complements. So for example, it was late, but they continued working on their analysis. However, nevertheless or nonetheless are usually placed at the beginning of the sentence and they are followed by a comma. You have a couple of examples here. So he was well qualified, however, or nevertheless or nonetheless, he didn't get the job. Or the second example, they got financial support for 2 years from the government. However, or nevertheless, nonetheless, comma, they needed 1 more year to complete the research. Although, so be careful with the pronunciation here, right? We say although, even though, or though. So these are followed by a clause and can be placed at the beginning of a sentence or in the middle. For example, although or even though she speaks very good English, she needs to have the paper proofread, right? Or another example, she needs to have the paper proofread, although, even though she speaks very good English. So you have the conjunction in the middle of the sentence. And the The third example is a structure that is common in English but not in Spanish. So, though is placed at the end of the sentence preceded by a comma. So she needs to have the paper proofread though. All right, so that would be the right structure. Despite or in spite of can be followed by an adjective, if there is one, and a noun or a verb in ing form. So, for example, in spite of or despite the shortcomings of the study or the study having some shortcomings, the results were easy to understand. Or the second example, the results were easy to understand in spite of or despite the shortcomings of the study, or the study having some shortcomings. So the conjunction can be placed at the beginning or in the middle of the sentence. Sorry. Note that you cannot use a clause after despite or in spite of. So you cannot say despite or in spite of the study has some shortcomings. That would be wrong. So if you want to use a clause, you need to add the fact that. So for example, in spite of or despite the fact that there were some shortcomings in the study, the results were easy to understand. Whereas or while are synonyms. The main difference is that whereas is more formal. You've got an example here. Marcos was awarded a scholarship whereas John got a research stay grant. Yet and still are synonyms too, but yet is more formal. Note that the structures are different. So Sandra reviewed her calculations several times, comma, yet she got them wrong. And with still, we still need 2 more months, period. Still, comma, the interim results point to a need of training. As for the conjunctions that express reason, you have because plus clause, like in the example shown here. You should conclude your speech in 5 minutes because we should allow time for questions at the end. Right, because of or due to plus adjective, if there is one, and noun, like for example, she was promoted because of or due to her hard work. Note that a clause can't be used after because of or due to. So for example, because of or due to she worked hard would be wrong. So you need to use so if you want to use a clause, you need to add the fact that. Like for example, she was promoted because of the fact that or due to the fact that she works hard. The last conjunction is the reason for plus adjective, if there is one, and noun, or a verb in ing form. Or if you prefer to use a clause, you have the reason why plus the clause. For example, the reason for our delay was the fact, or was that a problem arose. Or the fact that a problem arose was the reason for us being delayed. Or the reason why we were delayed was the fact, or was that a problem arose. Here you have some links if you want to practice. And this is the bibliography consulted to prepare this presentation. And that's all. Thanks for watching this video.